Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Gail, and welcome to Galactic Gaia. And thanks for joining me today. We're going to be talking about self healing and the self healing DNA that has been hidden from us. So, I was watching a show. First off, I started off watching a little short that was on Gaia, and it was about your hidden self healing DNA, that it has been hidden from us and that we can find it. And the reason we have not been able to find it is been hidden in 2D, where we're always looking up ahead of us in 5D or 4D. And here we are in 3, and we never think about it's in 2D and it's been hidden from us. First off, you have to know that you need to find it, and then second, then to find it. So when I saw that short, it triggered something in me that I needed to see the whole show, because when I saw that short, I knew exactly where mine was hidden. I knew exactly where I needed to go. I hadn't physically seen it yet, but I knew where it was hiding from me. And if anybody does shamanic journeys, you will understand what I'm talking about. Is I frequently do shamanic journeys trying to discover something or trying to process a situation that I'm going through or something in the past. And for those of you who don't know what shamanic journeys are, it's usually just a controlled meditation where you have your power animals that are going with you, and you get to really dive deep into a subject a little more. Hey Liz, thanks for being here. And yes, this is I'm going on live on Galactic Guy, and this is the only channel or the only one that I'm going live on, and it is about our hidden self-healing DNA, which just until a few days ago, I didn't know our self-healing DNA had been hidden from us. That we can go find it and retrieve it. So I was going to talk about my journey on how I found mine, and I think I'm going to be able to help others discover where theirs is hidden. And that's why I'm coming on live today, to help the people who are looking for their self healing DNA. It's actually just the strands of the self healing DNA, which have been hidden from us. And first off, you need to know that it's there to look for it. Hey, Cecilia, you love shamanic journeys? Yes. It's always for discovery for me whenever I'm doing a shamanic journey or a purpose. I mean, I know you're supposed to have intentions, but it seems like to me whenever I'm using it is for a specific purpose or working through some problems. So whenever I saw that short on Gaia, and it was the person who was doing it, the short was Maureen Saint Germain, and she's out of Sedona, Arizona, and she runs the Saint Germain Mystery School. And so she was the one talking about it. And I think it's an old show. I think this is old information, but I saw it right time, right place. I saw a short on it, and I thought it triggered me. It triggered that I needed to do a shamanic journey, because I knew exactly where mine was hidden. I knew exactly where to go, and I hadn't physically seen it yet, but I knew where it was hidden. And for me, when I go on a shamanic journey, I have to go through obstacles, and the first obstacle I always have to face, and it's not as big of an obstacle now as the first time, but I have to walk through these biting or snapping plants, and it was snapping at me, and so it's really scary when you walk through there. So whenever I was going on the shamanic, when I heard her videos, uh, I knew exactly that's where my DNA was hidden, because I would never go into those snapping plants. And so I knew that's where that was. And when she was talking about it, she said, you have to go look in 2D, is where she found hers. We're always looking 4D, 5D. We're always looking at things above us or higher vibrational. And so it's easy to hide it in 2D. And when I heard her say 2D, I instantly went, mine's hidden in those plants. I knew instantly where mine was hidden. So it went off, because I have my power animals are generally, I have a lion, I have a crow, I have a white rabbit, and then I also have a horse. So I took off with all of these, and also my personal guide. I go with an army, and whenever I was going on the journey and I knew it was in those snapping or biting plants, I, I found it. I saw it, and it was a daisy sitting in the middle of these snapping, biting plants. So I was going, oh, how am I going to get over there? So then instantly, the crow flew over there, got the daisy, and brought it to me. So here I am. I've got this daisy, and now I'm going. What do I do with it now? Do I? I knew there had to be some ceremony thing that I had to do after I got this daisy, but I wasn't sure what that was. So I knew the next day I was going to do another journey about what to do with the daisy. And of course, the daisy, I have a Native American guide that showed up, which he always shows up, especially when I'm needing to ground. He shows up to help me with that. And he took me to his little sweat lodge or teepee, which I've gone to many times, and took me in with, and there's a little lady, another Native American lady that I have never seen before, but she took the daisy from me and made an elixir out of it. She put it in this wood bowl and brought it over for me to drink. And when I drank it, I could feel it going all over my body, all over my cells, everything. It's almost like everything was electrified. So, anyway, that was my experience about finding my missing or hidden DNA that we is for self-healing. It's the strands of it that we need to find. And so I'm here today to help others or talk about this and to help others be able to find their own hidden DNA. It was really easy for me to find. I knew instantly where mine was, but I think it's because I do regular shamanic journeys, and I knew where it would be easy to hide it from him because I would not venture in there into those biting plants. And there was nothing that could make me, anyway, the daisy would have, but anyway, I figured out where I didn't have to. My crow brought it to me. And so that is my story about self-healing DNA strands that we have all had hidden from us. So I'm anxious to see now what happens, because she was claiming that not only did it do self-healing, it made you younger, made you more youthful. So I'm going, woohoo, yay, excited about that. And so have either one of you two experienced anything like that? Liz or Cecilia, have y'all done any shamanic journeys or done anything that you have discovered or even thought about discovering? I didn't even know mine was missing. I didn't know we had self-healing DNA that had been hidden from us. But and it can't be destroyed because apparently it's part of us. So they could only hide it. They couldn't destroy it. So I was not aware of it. Hey, Catherine T, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. But have any of y'all heard about the missing DNA that is for self-healing that we can actually go and retrieve? Anyway, she went on to say that it can be easier than the way I did it, because I did it without talking to her or talking to her. I watched the whole show the next day, but I was so anxious to go get mine because I knew where it was that I wanted to go in and get it. But she was saying that it can be as simple as naming it and then saying, I'm calling in my strands of self-healing DNA, my strands of self-healing DNA to activate, elevate to highest potential. So she's saying it simple as that. Mine, I mean, as I said, I do a lot of times the hard way, but mine was, as I said, I did a shamanic journey, and that's how I did it. Catherine, what are you saying? I've heard we have extra DNA that wasn't activated, but not specifically the healing DNA. I'm definitely going to call this in. Yes. Yeah, Catherine, you came in a little after I had talked about it. I did a shamanic journey because when I heard it was just the short that I saw at first, but it activated me enough to know I knew exactly where my DNA was. I knew where they had hidden it from me, and I knew I was going to. What? Okay, I'm looking at my banner there. I think I'm gonna take that off. See if I can take that off. It's kind of the harm my egg. That was from our last show. Let's see if I can find that. I don't know. It doesn't say remove it. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Got it now. And now I feel like I need to start all over again. But anyway, so that's why I decided to come on, because if I found it and I knew where it was exactly, I thought it was meant for me to know about it. And I knew reason they would let me know about it, it was to be able to help others find theirs. And so that's why I'm coming on today to talk about it, to tell everybody how to find theirs, or either help you. I might even be able to read on it and know exactly where to look for you, or I might be able to just find it for everybody. I know there's something more to for me to have found it so easily. Okay, let's see. So, did this involve? No, it didn't involve the harmonic egg. That was just from the last show we did was with Gail Lynn, the harmonic egg. That was a banner that was still up from that. So I just saw it. I'm going, oh, that's not supposed to be there. So no, it didn't have anything to do with that. And so, Liz, what are you saying? I have an idea how to find it or do it. The Library of Creation taught Ken Lloyd activations rooms. I type slow, so do I, Liz, and misspell frequently. So, well, that's great. So you know where to go, because I knew exactly where to go. I just knew I had to go with, on my shamanic journey to the biting plants, and I knew that's where it was going to be hiding. And sure enough, there's this beautiful little daisy sitting right in the middle of it. Well, not sitting in the middle of it, but the biting plants are around it, hiding it. So I knew exactly where to go to get it. And then, I wasn't real sure what to do with it after I got it, but I did a Native American ceremony, which my Native American guide that shows up a lot, that helps me, especially with grounding. That's when he shows up for me. And he's been with me for years. And so he was the one that took me to this, I don't know if it was a sweat lodge or teepee or what it was. It looked like a teepee that I walked in, and a lady, an older lady, Native American lady, took the daisy from me and made an elixir out of it. It was in a wooden bowl, and then I had to drink it. So that was the second part. Now, she didn't say anything about that. It might be you have to go to her website or her school or to find out more details. But I think this is going to be probably individual on how it's done each time. That's how it was done for me, and that's where it was hidden. And so I think, we're all going to have our ways of doing it. Liz, I'm not sure about Ken Lloyd's activation room. I don't even know who that is, actually. So if you can tell me who is that, Liz, because it might be easy for some other people to find that, find him and be able to find their missing DNA strands for self-healing. And you can type as slowly as you want, Liz. I'm a slow type. I've gotten faster typer now. I have gotten fast because of writing books. It has made me a faster typist, which I can now, which would have it took me, I don't know, it seems like hours to do a page. Now I can go through it a lot quicker now. But when I started off, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so slow. So, but anyway, that's my information. Do y'all have any questions about it? I pulled out my crystal medicine oracle deck today, and I pulled out one card for everybody. And it was interesting what the card I pulled. It was initiation. And it says it's talking about a sacred site, and it's talking about it's Fina site. I'm not real sure how you say that name. Fina site, but there's the stone right there. That's the stone, and that's what that's going to turn upside down on here. So there we go, Fina site. And anyway, I'm going to read a little bit about this because it seemed like it was so appropriate. That it says, you have attracted this card into your awareness today as it is a sacred time of initiation. Throughout your life, there are certain times when you're offered opportunities for huge personal growth. And I think this is it, this huge personal growth about self-healing. And it says, and your soul in these moments is aligned with powerful energy that allows for awakening on all levels. You are entering into a rite of passage where you will be offered new gifts and abilities to assist you on your journey. The stars are aligning at this time to shower you with divine blessings. So that card is very appropriate for this, all of us finding our self-healing DNA. And I've never heard of that stone either, that phenacite. Has anybody heard of that stone? It's pretty. I mean, it's a nice blue stone. That's it over here, right there. But I've never heard of that stone. Y'all might have, but I've never heard that. But anyway, that seemed appropriate for us all finding our. You've never heard of it, Catherine? Um, but that card seemed appropriate about the new gifts and initiating the new gifts and things are coming in, because it's important. If we all have that ability to self heal, then we can live thousands of years too, just like our extraterrestrial friends do, that we can live on and on. And if, I'm not sure how that exactly works, but we can all see together or learn together. So, do y'all have any questions about that? Anybody need any help in trying to find theirs, or everybody know how to start looking for their missing strands of DNA? To see if this is true. Yes. So it's be interesting because we have such a small group that this information is going to, that it's going to be great to see how we all come together and use this information. Catherine, you have no idea where to begin. Do you do shamanic journeys, Catherine? Because it looks like there might be several ways. Mine was through a shamanic journey. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm with you, Liz. That's the first step. I was excited to know that it exists. That it was aware that we had. I didn't even know I had a missing DNA that was for self healing. I didn't know the strands were missing. So that first is self awareness to know that happen. Yeah, Catherine, you just do meditations. Okay, well, shamanic journeys are very much like meditation. The only difference is this more intention behind it. You might want to read up on the shamanic journeys that you have, because the way you start is you learn your power animals and you learn all this things that help you on your shamanic journeys. For me, I have 4 regulars that go with me on my journeys, and it's actually a journey. Most people are going down in a tree or going in through tree roots, but we're going and there's 3 levels. You can go to the underworld, middle world, and upper world. And I'm not a shamanic practitioner, so correct me, anybody who is, when I say something wrong. But the strands of DNA that are missing are in 2D, which we will. You wonder if Danny has one available? What do you mean, Catherine? Danny has one available. I'm planning. Danny's in Mount Shasta right now, and planning when as soon as he gets back, I'm going to be talking about this because I'm going to see if he will lead us one day in a meditation that we can all find our DNA. So I'm going to talk about him. I'm sure he's going to do it. The logistics, I don't know if he'll want to do it on this channel, his channel, or how we will get together to do that. But I was texting him last night and we were talking, but I didn't want to bring all this, jump it all on him while he's in Mount Shasta going, think about this while you're up there, because he needs to really, it's probably some person, and it's his birthday weekend too. So he's up there with his brother. So anyway, so I'm going to try to see when he gets back if we can do something together and take people on a shamanic journey, because he knows how to do it. That's his thing. He knows the journeys. I know how to do it, but I've never led anybody on a journey except on a personal reading, which I think that probably should have been my first clue about. There was a personal reading that I did one time, and my guys are telling me to take them on a shamanic journey to discover the medicine, find out where you can get your medicine or your healing. So we have these animals that have possessed these abilities to give you medicine, and it's not medicine. It's like herbs or something that they need for whatever's going on with them. And it's also physical things that are going on. You have another one that can do physical. So we have all these abilities and all these things that are we have access to that can help us on anything that's going on in our bodies, that we can do these shamanic journeys and find who that is or how that or who that person is or what that animal is. Mine were two animals that possessed those things, and hers, I think hers were two. I think it was two animals, and I can't. This has been several years ago, that some don't have the details are a little fuzzy on how that happened, because it shocked me so much that I didn't even know we had um, animals or something that held these kind of information to help you. But she was I can't even remember what she was handed, but she was handed some kind of herb or whatever that she was to take, and that's what she took off with to help her. And from then on, she knew exactly how to go, who to go and find it. And actually, she was from France, so I was doing this from somebody who was from France, which had a little language barrier. But anyway, that's what I taught her how to do it, and it was very beneficial to her to learn how to do it, because she also had a child that was sick all the time. So anyway, so that we have all these things that are we have access to, and today I'm talking about just finding out how we have, our self-healing DNA strands hidden in 2D, and whenever she said 2D, I immediately went, it's in my plants. That's not what it is for everybody, but that was for me. So anyway, that's what I'm here to talk about, and we'll probably progress on together with this, learning more about it and learning how to do it. And as I said, hopefully I can talk Danny into doing the shamanic journey for everybody, and y'all can go discover where that is. So, but any more questions? I'm just bringing this information. It's fresh, new information for me, and I'm just wanted to start sharing it, and so we can all grow together, learning more about it, and being able to take care of ourselves and do some own self healing. But the shamanic journeys are going back to that. As I said, they're more of a structured meditation, and for people who go one of the biggest things I was told in the beginning, and I had somebody who was teaching me, and she practiced shamanism, and it's somebody I work with quite a bit. And she told me, you always, whenever you go on a shamanic journey, you always go out and come back the same way. When we're going in meditation, it's not as structured as that, but we didn't tend to go. Most people are going like in a hollow tree or going down roots. There are different ways to go to the bottom, and that's where we wanted to go to find our DNA. It's hidden in 2D, so it's below us. And so you go down, and then you first meet your power animal. There'll be somebody you're going to search first for that power animal. That'll be your first step to do on learning how to do shamanic journeys, because that one will stay with you, protect you, whatever you go through, they'll be there for you. Catherine, you said, there's things I'd like to heal once and for all. I think that's true for all of us. And I'm just hoping we can all take this journey together to learn more about it. And I'm so glad it was so easy for me to know exactly when, just from the short, I knew exactly where mom was at. And I listened to her more. I did listen to the show, and it is on Gaia. If anybody has Gaia, it's on Gaia, and it's with Regina Meredith on Open Minds. And her name is Maureen Saint Germain, like Saint Germain. And she runs the Saint Germain Mystery School in Sedona, Arizona. So I listened to the whole show. I didn't get as much from the whole show as I did from that clip, but I just think that clip activated me, and it got me thinking and knowing where to go and where to look and how to get there. I know, it just triggered me, and I'm hoping this is triggering a lot of y'all. Because who was it that you were talking about? Let's say I want to find that other option, because I think there's probably more ways to get to it. I just went the way I knew how to do, and it came, Ken Lloyd. Yes, and somebody's mentioning Ken Lloyd, and I don't know who that is. So Ken Lloyd activation rooms. it could be that could be the activation room. I'm not sure if this is more activation or finding it. Um, but anyway, everybody, that's the information I had to share today. I thought I would come on and share that so we can all start doing this journey together. I'll be on again probably next Thursday, and maybe I can get Danny to come on. Again, I don't run the logistics. I might go on his show, or he might come here. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out, but I'm sure we'll figure out something, because as soon as I tell Danny about it, he's going to be excited wanting to do this, I'm sure. So, all right, everybody. I hope you have a great Thursday, and I hope this helps some people find their self healing DNA. And we will see you later. All right, we'll see you later. Bye bye.